Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about how to use indicators in order to choose the right stocks for selling cash secured puts. Now when it comes down to it, the stock market is a 50-50 chance. If you just blindly make a trade on an option or a stock, there's pretty much a 50-50 chance it's going to go up or going to go down. Nobody can predict what the stock market is going to do. However, there are some indicators that you can use to gather some information on past performance and see some trends that might give an indication of where the stock might go. And thus we can place trades where the odds are more in our favor. So we'll get into each one of these as the video progresses. Now today I'm going to go over a list of indicators that I use and have had success with, but it's by no means comprehensive, and I'm not suggesting you use them. You got to do your own research, but I can show you what I do, and it helps me put the odds in my favor of winning my trades. The first indicator I like to use, that I use a lot, is the 50 and the 200 moving averages. And I tend to use those over the daily and weekly time frames to get data on what the stock trends are. And then for making a trade, I might move down to the 1 and 5 minute time frames for making an entry. We can take a look at an example. So today I want to take a look at Carnival Cruise Lines, which is stock symbol CCL. And I want to go back maybe 3 months here, just a quick peek. And what you want to see when you're selling a cash secured put is maybe that there's been a downtrend and that it's broken and it's kind of bumping up like we can see here. It's a strong, it hasn't gone down too much. It hasn't been very volatile, but we can see here that it's gone down, maybe bottomed out. So when we sell a cash secured put, what you want to see is that the price is staying the same or going up, and you don't want to see it going down below unless you're okay being assigned. But you don't want to go down below your strike price, which would be in the money, and then you'd be forced to buy the shares. Again, that might be okay. That might be what you want to do. You get stock at a discount. But if you want to just collect premium and not have to buy the shares, you want to look for a downtrend and then maybe a possible uptrend. So this is looking pretty good at this level. So let's go look at the 50 and 200 moving averages, which is our first indicator. Switching over to my trading view account here, looking at Carnival, and I'm looking at the daily chart here. Clicked on daily, and we can kind of see the blue is the 50 moving average and the red is the 200 moving average. And we can kind of see trends here. Oftentimes when the blue is above the red, that indicates an uptrend, and then there's a crossover we can kind of see here, and now the stock is trading between. It's dropping below the blue. The blue is acting a little bit like support and resistance here. The red is definitely indicating support because it's gone up here and dropped back down again here. And we can see that the blue is below the red. That indicates a long-term downtrend. Then we move further along. Stock is well below the 200 moving average. It's kind of bumped along and consolidated down right around the blue 50 moving average. Crosses over again. There's a little bit of an uptrend, so the blue is above the red, indicating a slight uptrend. And at least on the daily chart, things have been kind of, you want to look for areas of support and resistance. So along the red here, we see some support. It's gone up. We see here it's got a little bit below the red, but it's found support, gone back up. And now we can see it's gone down a little bit below the red again, which indicates it's probably going to go back up. Now, we can't say for sure it's going to do that, but that's what the trend is telling us, right, with these two indicators. And that's the daily time frame. We also want to look maybe at the longer term, the weekly time frame. We can see the downtrend here, but we can see the consolidation where the blue 200 moving, the blue 50 moving average has acted as support here, and the red has acted as resistance. The blue has support, red has resistance, and now it's down, so it's likely to go up. This might be a good indication that we want to do a cash secured put on this stock. Now switching to the 1 minute or the 5 minute. I've got the 5 minute here. You can kind of see on a smaller time frame places where you might want to pick your entry. It's gone down and then up today, and down and up and down. It's up right now, so you might want to wait a little bit for it to go down to pick your strike price, get a little more value out of it. Next, I like to use Ballinger Band, so let's take a look at how those work. Going back to my trading view and the daily chart, if I enable the visibility on the Ballinger Bands, we can see here that the price is currently trading right in the middle. In the Ballinger Band, what that means is there's 1 or 2 standard deviations. I've got mine set at 2.1 standard deviations away from the baseline of the average. And so If things get too far one way or the other, that's a good indication that it's going to swing the opposite direction. So you can see here, in the past, it's reached almost the top of this Ballinger Band and it's gone down. You can see here it's gone down below the midpoint, which is the red line. It's gone back up. But you can see here in the past, here it's gone way outside the 2 standard deviations and it's crashed back down. And so that's a good indicator. You can see here it's gone to the bottom, gone back up, gone to the bottom, and gone back up here. Once it goes to the bottom, it's gone back up. And it's kind of just a likelihood that you're reaching a pendulum swing where it's going to go one way or the other. You can see here it's gone above the 2 standard deviations. It's gone back down. It's gone back up to the top of the standard deviation, gone back down. So we want to pick a stock that's kind of in the middle or towards the bottom, and which means if it's down towards the bottom, it means it's going to likely go back up, which would be good for us to collect premium and not have to have our shares put onto our account. Next, I use the relative strength indicator, or RSI. This will tell you if a stock is generally overbought or oversold. So back to the trading view here, and I'm on the daily chart. You want to check these out different time frames as well. But down below, I've got here the RSI, and you can see it kind of follows the trend. Like right here, it indicates where it's gone above the Ballinger Band on the top graph. It's also above the 70% mark on the RSI. And the RSI, the industry standard, is if it goes above 70, you can see the dotted line here, that's 70%. That means it's overbought, and it's likely sellers are going to step in and drive the price down. And the cutoff on the lower end is 30%. So you can see there's a dotted line here at the 30% mark, and the stock has gone down to the 30% mark. It's oversold. Buyers are going to step in and drive the price up, and you can see it follows the same pattern as the top graph. Now it's gone back down, hasn't quite been oversold yet or dropped below the 30%, but the indication is that it's going to go up, and the trend is up. So this might be another good indicator that it's a good time to sell a cash secured put on this stock. And lastly, I try to take a look at volume if I can to see if there's any trends up or down with the buyers or the sellers in control. So let's take a look. Zooming in here on this Carnival Cruise daily chart, we can get a feel for what the volume is. We can see in the past when there was a big uptrend, the buyers had taken over with these gray lines showing the volume as the buyers being in control. Then the sellers took control for one day, the buyers remained in control. It's kind of gone up and down and consolidated. Recently, if I was going to make a decision on the stock on the daily chart, again, you want to check multiple time frames. We can see the past few days, the sellers have been in control. There's a big volume bar here with sellers, drove the price down a little bit. But the uptrend is definitely showing with these white candles that it's going in the uptrend. I don't like the fact that the buyers are tapering off and they're not increasing with the volume, but not every indicator is going to be all in sync with every other one, so you have to take them all into consideration. And right now, this is looking pretty good as a place to sell a cash secured put based on all the indicators and the uptrend with the buyers a little bit in control here with the volume. Quick recap here. I like to use the 50 and the 200 moving averages, and I like to watch those on the daily and the weekly time frames for getting an idea of the trend for the stock. And then I like to, for my entries, look at the 1 to 5 minute time frames. I like to use the Ballinger Bands to tell me if the stock is likely to go up or down. I like to use the RSI to tell me if the stock is overbought or oversold. And then I like to look at volume to tell me if the buyers or the sellers are currently in control. And just one last thing before I go. I know I use TradingView to show you these examples, but you can get all this stuff for free. Just go to Yahoo Finance and you can search for a ticker like CCL. And you can get all of these. You go to charts, and these indicators are, pretty common across all different platforms. So you can see I've got the Ballinger Bands here already set, got the volume, and I've got the RSI at the bottom here. So all these indicators you can get for free just by using Yahoo Finance. So that's it for this video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe, because I've always got more videos coming out about how to make money selling stock options.